We're also proud of the fact that our speaker today sat where you sit 30 years ago when he graduated from Troy University. Today, he's a national political leader in his native land of Bermuda. He was elected to the House Assembly in 2007. Mr. Swan's government service began in 1998 as an appointed senator, and for the past 3 years, Mr. Kim Swan has served as the leader of the United Bermuda Party. He's a professional golfer by trade and was named the most valuable player of our golf team in 1979 when Coach Mike Griffin headed that program. By any measure, Kim Swan has been successful. In fact, we invited Kim today to speak because I think he's a role model for all of us, and certainly the graduates who I encourage you to emulate the lessons that he and his life have offered to you. Kim is an enthusiastic and loyal Trojan. When we received word last summer, or when he received word last summer that Troy University was rated the best university in Alabama by Forbes magazine, he sent a very gracious letter reflecting on his days at Troy and the difference that his degree has made in his life. He loves this place. He's a model for persistence, as was Abraham Lincoln. If you might remember, Abraham Lincoln lost 4 races in 12 years before he was elected president of this country. Well, Kim demonstrated equal persistence because he lost 4 races for Parliament before winning election, but he stayed the course. And as Woody Allen said, 90% of winning is showing up. So you stay the course and you will prevail. And it's my honor this morning to ask you to join me in welcoming our speaker and our alumnus and our friend, Mr. Kim Swan.
Good morning. With an introduction like that, the only thing I can say is, thank you, Jesus. To the esteemed Chancellor of Troy University, Dr. Jack Hawkins, and members of the board, faculty, staff, invited guests, friends, and to you, the class of 2010, Troy University. On behalf of my wife, Cindy, my father-in-law, Charles Panting, my family and friends in Bermuda and America, Kenneth John Green, PGA Tour professional there, drove up from West Palm to be here. I'm very grateful of that. On behalf of the Honorable Ralph Marshall, CBA JP, an elderly retired politician who made sure that I could afford to attend Troy State University then. It's indeed an honor to be here today to officially address you at this commencement ceremony. I gladly give thanks to God who keeps watch over all of us as we go about our busy lives. For my family and me, this invitation to address you is an honor we will cherish. Let me take the opportunity to congratulate Chancellor Hawkins and his team for achieving international recognition from Forbes magazine this year, which rated Troy University as the best buy in the state of Alabama and the 16th best buy in the nation. Also, last night's reception at our own Rosa Parks Museum and the concert at the Troy Davis Theater were both outstanding, and I urge all to support the worthy cause last night represented. And thank you and congratulations to Mrs. Janice Hawkins and all those who assisted her for that wonderful occasion. This tells me that you are good stewards of a fine institution providing value as educators of the next generations. Today I salute all 544 Troy graduates represented here who hail not just from the United States, but also from Germany, Azerbaijan, Kenya, China, Australia, Saudi Arabia, Malaysia, India, United Arab Emirates, Japan, Brazil, Venezuela, Vietnam, Korea, Nepal, Russia, and Pakistan. And I'm told that that's only just a small sampling of the 60 countries that's represented here at Troy at this particular time. What diversity that represents here in the glorious South. Graduating class of Troy, University for 2010, there's a quotation by John Newton, the 18th century Englishman who wrote that great spiritual song, Amazing Grace, that I think is relevant. Newton said, "Zeal without knowledge is like expedition to a man in the dark." This commencement exercise is a testament of the fruits of your labors, which are today certified by a diploma that attests to the knowledge that will anchor your passions. A diploma that reflects the commitment and discipline you apply to enrich your lives and perhaps the lives of others not yet known. Today is the culmination of years of planning, hard work, and dedication, and we have gathered here to recognize and celebrate it. But the onus is on you to build upon it going forward. From this day on, each of you will be on a journey to a future made less uncertain by the strength of your aspirations, the good sense of your plans, and the support of your new credentials that say you are capable and ready to move forward. In this journey, you should continue to strive to be the best you can be, and above all, to keep an open mind as you go forward. Dr. Hawkins and esteemed members of the board, faculty, staff, and graduating class of 2010, as a member of Parliament for St. George's and leader of Her Majesty's loyal opposition in Bermuda, it is my duty to bring warm greetings from my country. It is a tiny island in the North Atlantic, located some 600 miles off of the eastern seaboard of the United States, with our closest point, Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. We have a rich history of survival, making do, and prosperity, and a history intertwined with our American cousins. Oh yes, and I lost my space, but that's all right. That happens in life. You lose your space from time to time, but stay anchored, and you'll find it. Some of our historic milestones since our settlement in 1609 include, in 1610, Bermuda's shipwrecked settlers built a ship and sailed to Jamestown, Virginia with supplies that would save the starving community. During the Civil War, Bermuda was used by blockade runners to get much-needed supplies to the Confederacy and to maintain trade ties with British commercial interests. Today, that fascinating history is told in the Confederate Museum in the town of St. George's, where I am a representative. In 1870, Joseph Hayne Rainey, who worked in St. George's during the Civil War, became the first black United States congressman. In 1874, one of our own, Mary Otterbridge, introduced tennis to the United States. In 1940, the U.S. military established naval and army bases on Bermuda to operate as the first line of defense for the continental United States. These bases continued their frontline operations all the way through the end of the Cold War. In addition to being an exquisite tourism destination, modern-day Bermuda has become a global leader for reinsurance and insurance industries. Bermuda reinsurers paid a large percentage of the insurance claims following 9/11, Hurricane Katrina, and many other catastrophic events affecting the United States and countries across the world. Bermuda is also responsible for contributing billions of dollars a year to the U.S. economy. A recent study by a Washington-based global business firm concluded that Bermuda is the most important offshore supplier of reinsurance and payer of property and casualty losses to the United States. The relationship between Bermuda and America existed from the very beginning of this country's history. It has changed and grown over time. As a tiny British overseas dependent territory, we have watched with hope and pride your emergence as the beacon of freedom around the world. We believe in the United States. Long may it live.